Hi guys, Jennifer here. We are here for a little bit of cat yoga today, right? That means that you're going to need a mat, you're going to need a band to stretch your hammies. Cats are optional, really, but you know, I had to bring them a little party mix to bring them to the mat. Sometimes you need a little encouragement just to get going, right? So, all right guys, are you ready to stretch your hammies? Does that sound like a plan? All right, excellent. I suspect we may need to put the party mix somewhere safe. So, hang on. All right, we're good to go. All right, guys, let's stretch our hammies, shall we? We'll warm up first. So you find a nice cozy spot, lift it up nice and long, hands resting on your knees, and let's go ahead and breathe. So inhale, deep breath in. Exhale, full breath out. Let's breathe deeply. And just exhale all the stress of your day. Whatever it brought you, let's let that go. So that for the next bit of time here, you are on your mat, in your space, in your yoga pants, and maybe with a little cheddar. So breathing here, up nice and tall. Let's go ahead and just roll that head around, loosen up that head and neck. Beautiful. Roll that head the other way. We will lift that head right up to the top. Very nice. Take those hands, bring those hands behind you, interlace your fingers. Let's go ahead and squeeze your shoulder blades together as we lift the chin up to the sky. And then we will carefully here slide those hands down to those knees, chin to the chest. Come on down, seated cat stretch. And lovely, up tall. Give yourself just a little twist to the side here, just a little rotation. And then a little rotation to the other side. Good, easy peasy. Back to the center. Drop your body around, trunk rotation. Inhale up and exhale down. Nice bit of loosening here. And then we will go ahead and drop on around the opposite direction. Fantastic. Come on back up to the top. Beautiful. Take those arms out to the side. Inhale, reach tall. Up we go to the sky. And then exhale, bend those elbows here. I'm trying to squeeze those elbows back a bit. Poke your chin forward. Lift up that chest. Reach. Extend those arms skyward. And lovely. Bend those elbows. Bring those elbows back. And before we bring them forward here in front of you, take your right elbow, cross the right elbow on top of the left, and wind up your arms as best you can here. So if that means that you can only bring your hands together here and connect your elbows, that's fine too. But there we are, lifting up that chin just a wee bit. Can feel a nice stretch into my shoulder blades here. With the right elbow on top, turn the head to the right. And come to the center. Lovely. Release those arms, swoop those arms out and up. Inhale, up we go. And exhale, bend the elbows. Beautiful. Bring those fellas forward again. Left elbow on top of the right. Wind it up into your eagle arms. There's our little eagle arms there. And then as you can, turn your head to the left. Good. To the center. Release those arms, give it another swoop. Inhale up and exhale down. Push those hands down into your mat, lift up long, long straight spine. Take your chin to your chest, and we're gonna engage through your core here. So as the chin drops down, take your tailbone, scoop your tailbone up towards your belly button, and just lift those hips off the floor. Very nice. Back down we go, back to the mat. Release those legs, bring those feet forward, lift up tall, ears to the sky. Fantastic. Flop your knees down. Here we are in butterfly. Push those heels forward. We want to make sure we've got enough room there. And then round over. So a good stretch into your back, into your hips. And then as you're ready, scoop, round and roll up to the top, nice and tall. Take this right hand, and then we're gonna go ahead and thread your right hand here underneath that right leg. So if you can bring your elbow all the way down to the floor, please do. And then we're just gonna scoop up that left arm to the sky. Got a little bit of a reach and a lift. And then let's take those left fingers, reach them behind you, and set them on that right hip. Still looking up to the sky, elbow on the floor. I can feel a lovely bit of lengthening into that left oblique. Good, release, swoop that arm back up to the sky, up we go. Float that left hand down right there on top of the right. Drop your nose forward. And then as you scoop and round, go ahead and untangle those arms. Come on right back to the front. Very nice. Bring the knees together. We're gonna go to the other side in just a moment, but right here in the middle, lift tall, lift those feet up off the mat, find your center, breathe, breathe, and release. Feet back to the mat, flop those knees open, left hand underneath that left calf. Maybe you can even slide your left elbow down to the floor. Good, so once you're there, swoop up that right arm. Lift up, stretch tall. And take that right hand, float it on around behind you. Maybe set it there on that left hip. Shoulder pulls back, chins lift. And release, scoop it up. Take that right hand, float it down towards the left. And untangle yourself. Release back up to the front. Draw those knees in one more time. Grab those thighs, lift up tall, ears extended. Maybe close your eyes while you're here. We're gonna reach our way right on out into boat. So send those arms forward, reach those legs out. Nice bit of balance. And then in we go. Bring those feet back in, set those fellows on the floor, and reach those legs forward. Good, point your toes. Toes reach, and then the toes come back. Just got a little demi-point position there going on, standing up on your tiptoes. And we will flex those feet. Good, push forward, toes point, demi-point, and flexion. Good, roll your little ankles around there. Egg pal. Roll your ankles around in the opposite direction. And then we'll go ahead and relax, wiggle out those legs so that we can just sit up tall into Dandasana. Check in with your posture. Have you been very tall today? Have you been lifting? Has your posture been amazing? Push your heels out in front of you, lift your ears to the sky. And I want you to go ahead and close your eyes and feel that length all along that spinal column. So feel those spaces between each of your individual vertebrae. And feel yourself making just a little bit more room along that spinal column. Lift up tall, take a breath, and then soften a bit. Soften a bit and wiggle out your legs one more time. That always feels nice. Good, we're gonna take both legs here over to this side, right on into a nice mermaid. I'm just gonna give it a good reach away from that mermaid tail. So give it a good reach over. And we'll go ahead and swoop it on up to the top. Go ahead and reach towards your tail. And then as we come up, we're just going to rotate into a spinal twist. So go ahead and come on up and then rotate on around to the right. And as you rotate, maybe you can spy those left toes back there. Take a breath and release. Back to the front. We'll take your little mermaid tail, bring it on over the other side. We've got one big stretch here. So go ahead and reach away from your tail. Big stretch. Swoop it over, reach towards your tail. And then we're gonna come on up and go right into that rotation on around to the left. Look for those right toes. And untangle, back to the front. Very nice. You bring those legs on around. Fantastic. I'm gonna make sure my band is somewhere nearby. And we're gonna take our time as we roll down today. So bend your knees, grab those thighs, go ahead and find that chin to the chest position. We're looking down at that tummy. And then slowly here, hinge it back. And then maybe as you can, we can just gently roll down to that mat. And then we're going to take those knees, flop them on open to the side here, a little reclining butterfly, and then maybe wiggle out those hips. That's always nice. Good, so check in with that hip, those hips, that nice opening, that lovely exterior rotation here through that hip joint. Take a breath and release by drawing your knees back together. Fantastic. Hug that right knee into the chest. Just give it a little tug here, maybe hanging onto that right shin. Beautiful. Breathe. And then we're going to release. Take that right ankle, stick it over on top of that left quad, and find your through the hole pose. So we just pull those legs in. If you're feeling a little bit tight today, sometimes it's nice to take your strap or your towel and thread it here behind that left thigh. And then you can hang on then to both sides as you pull those legs in. So we got a good stretch deep into that right glute. Breathe. And fantastic, release. Reach down, grab that big right toe, left foot on the floor, and go ahead and pull out into half of a dead bug pose. So we've got the sole of the right foot pointed straight up to the sky. Got that nice perpendicular position of that lower leg to the floor and ceiling. You thought you'd never use those geometry words again, right? Take a breath here. And release. Go ahead and pull that heel in, bring that knee back to the center line, and we'll set that right foot on the floor. So easy peasy. Let's just try the other side. Hug that left leg in. Give it a little hug here. And then left ankle to that right quad. Reach behind that right thigh. Pull everything in through the whole pose. Good stretch deep into that glute. Good. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. And then reach down, grab that big left toe, right foot on the floor, find that half of a dead bug pose. And release. Fantastic. Untangle those legs, pull both of those guys in. Let's go ahead and cross your ankles. Scoop yourself up into a tight little tiny little
speck of dust here, right here. Scoop it in. You can feel those shoulder blades lifted off the mat. Probably your hips are lifted as well, but let's breathe. And release. Back we go to that mat. Fantastic. Untangle those legs. Set those feet on the mat, and we're just going to press up into bridge. So park your paws right there on that mat. Take a breath, breathe in. And we will move as we exhale today. So scoop up that tailbone, push those hips right up to the sky. Take a breath at the top, and then slowly lower back down. Let's do that again. Inhale, breathe in. Exhale, scoop up that tailbone, lift up those hips, up we go to the sky. Easy peasy. Take a breath, inhale, and exhale, roll down. Fantastic. Let's go ahead and do that one more time. Inhale, breathe in. Exhale, roll up. Really articulate through that spinal column as we push those hips to the sky. And then we take a breath and slowly release. Roll back down to that mat. So very lovely. And then one more time, hug your knees to your chest, cross your ankles, scoop it up, tight little diamond pose to release your back. And down we go. Excellent. Flop those arms out to the side, T position, drop both knees to the right. There's our spinal twist. And there's our spinal twist to the other side. Fantastic. Back we go to the center, give it a little wiggle, and then we'll go ahead and set just that left foot on the floor. You are going to need your strap, your band, right? So, got that nice strap. We're going to loop it up and around that right foot. Let's make sure we really flex this right foot and lengthen out that right hammy. So push that right heel to the sky. Breathe here. Good, good. Soft shoulders. Inhale, breathe in. Exhale, breathe out. Very nice. That right leg gets a little bit longer. It might melt back towards your chest a little bit more. We're going to go ahead and open it up and out to the side. So grab that strap into that right hand and let that right leg drift on out. There we are. So we're still pushing out through that right heel. That right leg is just nice and straight. In fact, let's go ahead and straighten out that left leg as well. So push your left heel away from the right. Lovely. Release that right leg. Send it down and out along your mat. Give it a little wiggle. Shake it out a little bit. And then for a moment, close your eyes. Check in with your legs. Right leg should be feeling a little bit more open. And that left leg just a little bit tighter. We're going to work on that in just a moment, but let's take a breath or two right here. As you're ready, right knee bends, left leg, up we go to the sky. Let's go ahead now and work here just to even out the body. Noticing that difference and then ready just to make sure that we're even, yes? A little bit of extra work here. Breathe, breathe. Go ahead and flex that foot. Take another breath. Inhale, breathe in. As you exhale, reach up, take that strap into that left hand, drop that leg out and open to the side here. There we are. And then as you're ready, right heel reaches down and out along your mat. Press and release. Release that left leg. Send that left leg down to meet the right, and then once you're there, once again, let those toes fall open to the side, right? We get that nice opening there through the hip. Close your eyes and just check in with both halves of the body. How do both sides feel now that we've hopefully evened them out a bit? So take a few breaths right here. Fantastic. As you are slowly ready here, go ahead and bend a knee, reach down, grab behind a thigh, and let us rock ourselves up to the top. Good, good. Once we get there, we will cast that band or that towel to the side. Both legs are right on out in front of you. Let's take a nice deep breath up. Inhale, breathe in. And then exhale, fold yourself in half, drop that nose forward. Take your time, scoop and round up to the top. Lovely. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, breathe in. And exhale, reach out. Fantastic. Scoop yourselves up tall. Right on up to the top. And then once you get there, wiggle out those legs a little bit. Wiggle, wiggle. Lovely. We're going to flip over to your hands and knees. I'm going to go ahead and de-sock, right? So up you go, hands and knees. However you get there is fine. So we are going to move through our cat and cow pose. Of course we are. I've had some inspiration here. And as we do this, let's make this movement big. We're going to roll through the elbows. So head comes down. Inhale. Scoop the head of the derriere up, our belly button drops down, and then as we exhale, we bend everything again and round up, spine to the sky. Take a couple of these. Inhale into cow, and exhale into cat. Good, good. You take a couple of those. I'm about to cough, so a little bit of iced tea for me, but you guys work through those cat and cow poses. Work through the mobility of your spine. Here we go. As you are ready, bring yourself right back to the center, right back to hands and knees, and let's find a little bit of balance. So we're going to float your right leg behind you, and then we're going to reach the left arm forward. So there's our tiger. And let's add just a little bit of movement today with the breath. So inhale, reach long. Exhale, elbow and knee. Very nice. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, round up that spine. Take two more. And then on that last one, reach yourself out, super long. Float just the left hand down. We're going to take those right toes, reach them over and across the center line of the body. So once those guys have landed, curve to the left, look back at those right toes. Good. Untangle, lift that leg, reach back, give it a nice little stretch, and then lower down. Fantastic. Let's go ahead and scoop it, cat stretch before the other side.
Flatten it out, and here we go. Left leg, right arm. Reach, find your balance, and inhale out, and exhale, scoop. Take a couple of them. Finish, we're gonna reach out super long, reach, float that hand down, take those left toes, reach them over the center line of the body, ground those toes, and then curve right here, curve to look at those toes. And excellent, release, send that leg behind you, reach it out super long, and all fours.
One more time, scoop it up, cat stretch.
Flatten it out. Beautiful, tuck up your toes, find your down dog. That's probably why Monte left.
He didn't want to stick around for down dog. So you find your down dog, and maybe you can go ahead
And stretch out your calves.
take that dog for a little walk. Fantastic, excellent.
Come forward into plank. Take a breath right here. Inhale, breathe in. Exhale, lower down to the mat. Release those toes back there. Scoop it up. There's our cobra. Breathe, breathe. Relaxing down, tuck up your toes. We're gonna press ourselves back up into plank. So support yourself on the way up. You need to lift up to your knees and then find your plank. That is A-okay. So there we are.
Push back up into down dog. Lovely. Take your right leg, scoop it up to the sky. Up we go. Lift it up as high as it will go.
Bend the right knee. Swing that right knee forward between your hands. Release your toes in the back and drop down into pigeon. Very nice. Lifting up that head, bringing those hands here, back up underneath you. Tuck up those left toes. We're gonna draw your right foot to the floor underneath you. There we go. So we've got a nice runner's lunge. Drop that left knee to the mat, release your toes. We're just gonna lift up here into monkey pose. Go ahead and look up to the sky. Good, good. And you can stay right here into monkey pose today. If you are feeling a little bit fancy, reach back, grab that foot, and find a little variation right here on our pigeon. Feel a good stretch into that left quad. We're working balance. And relax. Everything comes back down wherever you are. Let's make our way back into down dog.
Good. Send that head back closer to your toes. Push those heels off that mat and then reach those heels towards that mat. Take that left leg, scoop it up to the sky, bend that left knee. Left knee swings forward between those hands. Release your toes and you find your pigeon here at the bottom.
that head. Bring those hands back here up underneath you. Tuck up your right toes. Lift that right leg. Take that left foot to the floor. Hang out here in your runner's lunge for just a moment. There we are. Right knee drops. Right toes release. Lift yourselves up into a lovely monkey here. Right. And you can stay in this monkey pose, or we can find our pigeon variation. Take a breath and release. Right toes to that mat. Tuck up that right of the toes and then lift the knees so we can step back into down dog. Derrieres are lifted. We'll go ahead and come forward into your plank. We're gonna rotate today into side plank. So make sure you got a little bit of space there between those feet. Tighten up your derriere. Maybe reposition that left hand so it is up underneath you as we rotate into side plank. Hang out here. Take a breath. And flip back to plank. Tighten up that derriere. The other side plank. And replank. Take a breath. Down dog. Walk those feet forward or step those hands back. Whatever's good for you. Slide your hands up onto your shins. Inhale. Halfway up. Exhale. Fold it forward. Inhale. Halfway up. Exhale. Fold it down. Two more. Inhale. And exhale. One more sun breath. Inhale. And exhale. Lovely. Soften the arms. Go ahead and scoop yourselves right on up to the top. Head comes up last. We'll go ahead and roll those shoulders out a couple of times. Wiggle them out, whatever way feels right. Right? And then we're going to go ahead and just ground your feet underneath you on that mat. Lift tall, shoulders relaxed. Lovely posture. Take a breath. Inhale up. And exhale down. Hands come right to the heart at Namaste. Let's go ahead and find a nice little tree pose, right? You find your variation. Toes are grounded. Maybe we can slide that foot up onto that calf. Maybe you can pull that right heel up. Whatever's good for you. You find your tree today. We're just going to stay right here. Take a breath, inhale, and release. Both feet up underneath you, breathe in. Go ahead and have a seat into chair pose. So sending that weight back into your heels, wiggle your toes around. Good. From here, relax your arms, fold forward, connect your chest to your thighs. And then slowly straighten the legs-ish and round and roll to the top. Good. Wiggle out once again. Lifting tall, finding your center, right? Let's go ahead and find that other tree pose. So hands to the heart, namaste. You find your tree. Wherever your tree is great. And remember, your tree isn't necessarily the same on each side, right? Mine is not today, and that's okay. You find your tree. Take a breath and release your tree. Fantastic. Go ahead and sit on back into chair once again. Reach those arms forward, wiggle your toes around, easy peasy.
Good. Fold forward, chest to those thighs. Straighten the legs out a bit. Scoop round and roll. To the top we go. Lifting long. Take that breath, inhale up. And exhale down. Good job. Give it a wiggle. Step those feet right on out to the side. Let's do one more fun thing. We're just gonna give it a little rotation. We're just gonna give it a triangle variation today. So wide feet, slightly turned out toes. Hands come forward. We will relax that neck. Maybe wiggle your head a little side to side. If you can drop your elbows to the floor, please do. Fantastic. We're gonna leave just your left hand on the floor and we're just gonna float that right arm up to the sky as you look up towards it. Good, good. Float that right hand down. Float then that left arm up, opposite direction. And lovely. Both hands down. Take one gigantic step forward with those hands. We're going to push back into hammock pose. So relax your head, look behind you, push your derriere to the sky, push your head back so that your elbows are ahead of your head. So there we go. We can feel that back flatten. And we are breathing. Hammock pose. Good job. Walk those hands back up underneath you. Let's go ahead and rotate. Rotate so that one of those feet becomes the front foot, and then we can just step back into down dog. Lovely. Come forward into plank. Knees release, toes release. Derriere mushes up. Lift your chin up to the sky, drop your hips. And up and back we go. Stretch it into Balasana. Fantastic. Slide those hands back, roll yourself up nice and tall, and we are just gonna go ahead and flip on over. Very nice. Flippy, flippy. Let's today hang on to those thighs, roll around down. One more time, hug those knees into your chest. And fantastic. So we're just gonna do a little lifting of the feet over the hips today. If you feel like shoulder stand, please, please do find your shoulder stand. But if you've got your strap or your band today, let's go ahead and just lift your feet up over your hips. So we are gaining the benefit, most of the benefit here of our shoulder stand, right? But sometimes, of course, as shoulder stand requires quite a bit of strength, sometimes you're just not up for shoulder stand. So this is a lovely, lovely variation. You can also scoot yourself over to the wall, just place those legs on the wall. But either way, we're going to use this as our shoulder stand position today. So relax into it. Maybe close your eyes. Just take a breath or two or three. Very nice. Inhale, breathe in. Exhale, breathe out. Inhale, breathe in. Release your strap, release your band. Exhale, breathe out. Float your hands down to that mat. Breathe in once again, and then as you breathe out, float those legs to the floor. Take your time. wiggle out those legs once they land so that we can just slowly here transition into Matsyasana. So bend the elbows up here underneath the shoulders. Open up that chest. Drop your head back. Breathe deeply into those lungs. Lifting up that head, releasing and rounding down, hugging your knees into your chest. Lovely. One more time, a little rock, and we'll give it one more little twist. So a little rock, rock. Beautiful. Center it up. Flop those arms out to the side. Let's go ahead and take that right knee, drop it over on top of the left, and both knees flop right. A little twisty twist there. Up, other side, left knee on top, drop it over. And up to the top. Beautiful. Untangle those legs. Go ahead and stretch those legs forward. Wiggle, wiggle. There we are. And we are ready here for Yoga Nidra. So you hang out here, snuggle into your nice comfy space. Maybe you need a little pillow, maybe you need a blankie, right? Whatever you need, you find that space. You check in with your body. You put on your warm snugglies. But let's just notice your body, right? See how it's feeling? Now that we've done a little bit of stretching and moving, that's always, always a good thing. So, closing your eyes, let's just feel that breath happen in the body. The breath is no longer deep and slow. That breath just continues. If you'd like, you can bring a hand up to your chest, maybe a hand to your tummy, and just feel that breath as it moves through the body. Very nice. Continue to breathe. And what we want to do is we want to melt that body down into your mat. So take in a breath or two, just a gentle one. And then I want you to make sure that you exhale and soften all of your body parts, everything between your toes, your fingertips, and the crown of your head. So let's just allow that nice soft breath to move through the body. And every time you exhale, feel the body melt down into the mat. There's no tension anywhere in the toes, in the lower legs, or the knees. We are relaxing into the thighs and the hips, letting go through the core, through the chest, and the back, easy through both shoulders, and then down and out the length of both arms. Relaxing here in your space, tension free, and just feeling that breath move through the body. And then from the breath, let's come inward to the mind. Just find that quiet, easy space where you're always soft and gentle, peaceful, and quiet. Let's relax here and enjoy a few moments of silence.
slowly and gently, let's bring your focus back into your space and back into your breath. Feeling that breath move through the body once again. And if you want, when you bring your hands back to your tummy, back to your chest, take a few breaths here and feel that breath in the body. Very nice. Wiggling those fingers and toes around as you continue to breathe. You might like to stretch out, or even slowly roll over onto your side for a little bit here. Just move gently. And then you can stay right here in this position, or you can come on up to seated. Maybe bring your hands to your lap. Let's just close your eyes and come inward for a final moment of quiet. Thinking about your own uplifting idea, thought, prayer, or just a moment of silence. Loka, Samasta, Sukhino, Bhavantu. May the entire universe be filled with peace and joy, love and light. Shanti means peace. Om Shanti to you. And thank you so much for being here with me for our session today. I appreciate it. And hopefully you are, as always, being good to yourselves, being kind to yourselves, getting your vitamin D, right? And drinking your water. And you know what to do now. You need to go ahead and leave your mat and go wash your paws. Hang on just a second. We had our little cat yoga today, right? Starting Montag just a little bit. He's kind of passed out back there, right? Give him a little encouragement. Maybe he'll come to the mat here. So sometimes we do. We all need a little encouragement to come to the mat. It's tough. It's a weird time, right? We are all, it's a different world. It's hard to plan. So maybe you need a little treat to come to your mat. But either way, Montag and I are both glad that you are here. Cheddar is somewhere else. He's probably waiting for dinner. So you guys be well, take care, and go wash your paws. We'll see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye. Namaste. Was that good?